Communities. Community is a group of different populations interacting with each other in a definite space and time. Community is made up of a group of population that live together and interact with each other. A population does not live alone. Special relationship among organisms. Biotic communities live and interact together. Interaction between different trophic levels of organisms involves predation and competition. Competition does not involve always the same species, but it is more severe among the numbers of species because they have common needs. For example, two trees growing close together will compete for light above ground and water and nutrients in the soil. Therefore, getting less resources, they will usually perform less well than if they grew by themselves. Although in this situation, it may actually be more useful to think in terms of resource availability than competition. Symbiotic relationship. Symbiosis means living together of two or more organisms of different species. It differs among population in a community. Mutualism is where both parties benefit from the relationship. The two organisms can survive apart from one another successfully. Parasitism. One organism benefits while the other one is affected negatively or harmed. This is an example. Is a mosquito of a parasite. When they suck the blood from other animals, the animals are harmed while the mosquito benefits. Commensalism. One organism benefits while the other is not affected in any way. This is an example. Barnacles are sticking to the tail of a whale. Community roles. Most communities contain producers, consumers, and decomposers, which interact with one another, and all these three are present in stable communities. Producers are those living things that can make food in the process of photosynthesis and are also called autotrophs. Consumers usually do not produce their own food, and they are called as heterotrophs. All populations that do not produce their own community depends on green plants. Decomposers, on the other hand, are organisms that feed on dead plants and animals. Ecological habitat and niches. Every population in a community has its special place. This living place is known as its habitat. This habitat supplies all of the biotic and abiotic factors necessary for the survival of the population. Many organisms have the same habitat. The lifestyle of a population in the habitat is called niche. No two species of organisms occupy the same niche within a community. Energy flow, energy transfer. The transfer of energy from autotrophs or the producers to the heterotrophs makes a trophic pattern. Energy is transferred from one level to another, starting with the producer to the first level carnivore up to the last consumer. The position of an organism in the sequence is called trophic level. The first trophic level is the population of green plants which produces food and are called primary producers. All other population in a community which are dependent on plants are called consumers. These are the classification of consumers: the herbivores, the carnivores, the omnivores, and the scavengers. The herbivores are the animals that feed on plants are referred to as primary consumers, while the carnivores are the animals that feed upon other animals and also called as secondary consumers. Omnivores are the animals that eat both plants and animals. Scavengers, on the other hand, are organisms that feed on dead organisms. Food chain. A food chain is somewhat a linear sequence of links in a food web, starting from a trophic sequence that eats no other species in the web and ends at the trophic species that is eaten by no other species in the web. A food chain differs from a food web because a food web is a pattern of food chain that interlocks and forms a network. A food web represents an attempt to describe the numerous alternative food energy pathway in the community, most of whose members have more than one choice of food. Similarly, a predator may feed on several different species, and also a prey may be eaten by several different predators. When the community has a large variety of organisms, they are likely to survive environmental change. If disease or drought decreases one food resources, there are other sources of food. If a food of one link is lacking, the chain breaks, then all other population suffers. So these relationships are based on the flow of energy that is transferred from one organism to the next. So, what is the difference of a food web, and food chain? Food chain differs from a food web because the complex polypagous network of feeding relations are aggregated into trophic species, and the chain only follows linear monophagous pathways. A common metric used to quantify food web trophic structure is food chain length. In its simplest form, the length of a chain is the number of links between a trophic consumer and the base of the web, and the mean chain length of an entire web is the arithmetic average of the length of all chains in a food web. Ecological pyramid. There are many kinds of information to show on an ecological pyramid. Each pyramid always places the food producer at the top, at the base, and at the top are the carnivores. The study of energy flow, the second law of thermodynamics has the basic type shape of pyramid of ecosystem, where the pyramid of productivity occurs. By the way, this is the three common types of pyramids. Another is the pyramid of numbers. The pyramid of numbers, like pyramid of biomass, it takes place the form of an upright pyramid. The higher, the fewer. That is, the number of producers at the base is much greater than the number of consumers, which decreases in size from bottom to top. So what is the pyramid of mass? It refers to the total weight of dry matter present in the ecosystem. Biomass is an important measure of productivity. Not only of primary producer but also the consumer and higher trophic levels. Major types of ecosystem. The grassland. It is one of the 4 chief kinds of natural vegetation. It is the region where annual precipitation is good enough to allow grass to prosper. Periodic drought and fire prevent large trees from growing. So what are the types of grassland? The types of grasslands were steppes with short grasses, prairies with tall grasses, tropical savannas with coarse grasses. The word steppe designates semi-arid grassland in all parts of the world. Prairies are grassland in humid climates, often occurring with patches of forest. A tropical savanna is dry in winter and rainy in summer. Most of grassland used for grazing both wild and domestic animals and also for farming. Forest. A forest is a large area of land covered with trees. It includes smaller plants. In addition, many species of organisms make their home in the forest. The living things and their environment make up the forest ecosystem. The canopy. The canopy type of forest consists mainly of tall trees. The canopy receives full sunlight. It provides more food than does any other layer. The lowest layer will not develop well if the canopy is closed. Many flying and climbing animals live in the canopy. This is the understory type of forest. It consists of shorter trees, the shrubs, which receive sunlight. And however, the understory provides sufficient food as well as shelter for many species of forest animals. This is the shrub layer type of forest. Shrub layer consists mainly of shrubs which have more than one stem. Forests with more open canopy and understory have much heavier shrub layers. The herb layer, made up of ferns, grasses, and wildflowers. They receive limited sunlight. The herb layer depends on the soil condition. The forest floor. It is covered with clumps of mosses and with the waste of upper layers. The waste are broken down by some microscopic life. This process is called decomposition.